I've been asked to write an equation in point-slope form given 2 points. Well, the problem is I've got a point, but I don't have a slope. So I'm going to have to use my slope formula in order to write my slope. And my slope is just the change in y over the change in x. So I'm going to go ahead and write x1, y1 over the first point and x2, y2 over the second. That just helps keep them straight in my mind. Okay, so the change in y, so I'm going to do my y2, so -1 minus my y1, which is 3, over my change in x. Same order, so I need to make sure I start with a y2, so 4 minus and -2. So minus -2, and that's where most people screw up the slope formula, is dealing with negatives. So 1 minus 3, or -1 minus 3 is going to be -4. And then down on the bottom, I've got a minus negative. That whole minus negative, that turns into a positive. So that's really 4 plus 2. And 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I can go ahead and reduce that to -2 over 3. So there's my slope. That's my slope. It doesn't matter which point I pick. I'm just going to pick one. So I'm going to go ahead and just decide that this is the point I'm going to write my equation with. The biggest thing on point-slope form is to remember the rule. Point is opposite. As long as you can remember point is opposite, point-slope formula will be your friend. Okay, so to write my equation, always start with a y equals mx. So my m is going to go, and then I have my x term. And now I'm going to fill it in. So I know that my m over here, I figured out my m is -2/3. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in. And I've got my x and my y. And let's go ahead and just start with my y term. So my y term is a +3. The opposite of +3 is -3. And then my x term is -2. The opposite of -2 is +2. And there's my equation.